All right, so I'm going to continue from where I left off. So that's the raster surface. So let's all assume that I was going to just zoom closer and closer and closer and closer to what we're seeing on the screen. Then we are going to see the squares. We're going to see that the surface has actually been divided into smaller squares. All right, but how are we able to get values for those squares? So we do what we call the interpolation. Is that okay? So the interpolation now allows us to now determine values, okay, at points where there were no values, because our original values are actually 170, 62, okay, etc. Spotlight, yeah, 170, 62, and these ones. All right, so now let's move on. What are the methods for interpolation? A few ones you need to know are the inverse distance weighted. Guys, I'm not going to ask you to go deeper into this. I want you to appreciate that these are methods to find values at places where there are no values. Is that okay? And then we can actually take our time, and then if you are interested, and then get deeper. We also have the inverse distance weighted, like I said. Are you okay? All right. And then they all allow us to. So here is a surface, visualizing it. Here is a surface. Okay, so this could be anything, any place where we needed to do some work. Are you okay? And so this is what we have. So now we can now begin to, do some calculations based on that, or generate new values, new data sets. Are you okay? All right. So there we go. Let's look at, I think another one is going to come up. Here's another one. Okay. So here you can see we've done what we call draping, like we've covered the surface with another surface which has colors. Are you okay? For the same purposes. Okay. One of them is making us look at it as if this is a solid. Are you okay? So that's a 3D representation. So in fact, there's another topic here that we are not even doing, visualization, 3D visualization. But we should know that's also very important. Okay. All right, so we can also have spline and trend interpolation. At the end of the day, once it's interpolation, we will get to know new values, okay? All right, now with most surfaces, we can also have, a certain measure called a density. Are you okay? Density, we all know density. So if we have a surface that, indicates the density of what we have, how much or how many of something that we have per unit area. Okay, that is also very useful. Is that okay? All right. So we can actually do a point density. Are you okay? We can also do a line density. All right. So the software will now try to look at a square area and find out how many points we have in there, how many lines we have per particular area, and then generate, normally it looks more like, raster always looks like color. It's like a picture. Remember that raster is synonymous with picture, whilst vector is synonymous with what? A sketch. Okay, so here we can see that there are two layers. If you look closely, let me get my spotlight. Okay. So here in this image, there are two layers. So the concept of layers, one thing is lying on top of the other. Okay. All right. So now there is like a road layer, set of roads, and then the densities have been found, and then a surface has been generated, a raster surface has been generated via an interpolation. I hope we are getting the story. This is a story that I'm telling. Of course, every lecture is like a story. Are you okay?